Hello everyone, I'm Scott Bain. They call me the old farmer. Thanks for stopping by. Today I would like to take you along as I open the box on this Century Machinery 1x30 belt sander from Harbor Freight. I picked it up for one reason and one reason only, and that's to create another knife sharpening station. Now I used the big belt sanders in the past, and you saw that it did a pretty good job with the 1000 grit belt on it. And I picked up some more 1000 grit belts for this particular unit. The problem, there's an edge to the belt sander, the big belt sander, so you can't necessarily sharpen it all the way up to the edge of the blade. This particular unit ought to be easier to get the whole blade sharpened. Here's a piece. We'll figure out what it's for a little bit later on. This particular product. And we'll look through it and see if there's any real good information. Sometimes they do put some in. Other times it's just basically they're wasted paper. A little crinkly here, so it's kind of hard to open up the different pages. There we go. Safety warnings, layout, general operating instructions are right here. That's about it. Adjustments and things like that. And I'm looking to see where that, oh, the one piece goes up and adjusts the table on it. You can take a look right here, the way you adjust that one piece adjusts the table. Well, I don't plan on using the table. In fact, I might even strip some stuff off of it. This is the table. Here's my hand. And this tells you about how big the table is. You're not going to put the Enterprise. You're not going to put it on that table. For its size, it's a heavy beast. Well, let's at least turn around and see how it works. Okay, we've got it plugged in. The belt seems to be a little tight on it, so it doesn't need to be tightened. Well, obviously it's a noisy piece of machinery. It doesn't have a high quality motor in it, but I didn't expect it to be. And without the table on it. Now I like to actually have the blade drag on the belt rather than push it. That's the way it originally was done with the big hand-powered grinding wheels, is that you drag the blade like this rather than allowing it to be pulled along. I think it gives a little bit better sharpening on it, doesn't create as big of a burr, and I just find it's a better way of doing it. In fact, I've done the same thing with my emery grinder, the DeWalt. I turned the whole thing around so the wheels are running backwards rather than the way it traditionally comes. That way I can drag blades over it rather than having to push it into the emery wheel. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little puppy and maybe hook it into the Franklin workstation with a vise there to hold it in place so that I can do some sanding. Now the paper on this, the sandpaper on this is way too big of a course, and I have picked up, I have it right here, this is 1000 grit. And so I can use a 1000 grit belt to sharpen blades on it. But we had a chance to take a look at it for just a little bit. It'll do the job. I didn't expect much, but it at least met the minimums for what I wanted for grinding purposes. Let's try a chisel here. Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to have the power to do the sharpening. I remember one time I picked up a grinder, and I don't remember what brand it was, but the grinder was so underpowered, anytime you touched anything to the grinding wheel, it would slow down and then stall out. Now I've had this in the box for quite a while, and there is a little bit of an issue that I've been dealing with Harbor Freight, and I'll invite you to go back and look at what happened during the purchase and the unwrapping of the 1,000-pound hydraulic lift cart. It's a good cart, but it was on sale. I had asked them to put it on sale. And in a couple of months' time, they did put it on sale, because I said the last time it was on sale was back when they had the paper catalogs. And so they were kind enough to put it on sale. But they didn't have any in stock in the mid-Michigan area. I would have to go about 200 miles out in any direction to be able to get a hold of one. And so instead of being able to pick it up on sale at the price that it was on sale, I had to pay shipping. But since I was an ITC member, Inside Track Club, I was able to get the sale price, which was $40 off. But it was $100 to get it here. The manual said that it was supposed to be put together. All he had to do was crank up the handle, because it would fold down or open up either way, and I had to put it on. It was very awkward to put it on, because where they placed the holes for the screws that mounted the handle were designed poorly. The parts were in the bottom of the box. It wasn't even in a bag. The screws were loose. Some of the parts were missing. Luckily, I had extras and could fix it. So to put the thing together and find the parts to replace the ones that were gone, I charged them $50. Plus the shipping, which if they had just shipped it to the local store, I could have gotten for without the shipping charges on it. So that's a total of $150 worth of damages that Harbor Freight caused. Well, when I run into a situation with a company, and I still like Harbor Freight, I like the people I deal with at the store, I like a lot of the products, and there are some that still need to be improved, but I like a lot of the products, and I think some of them are up to commercial quality for contractors to use. But sometimes Harbor Freight gets a bad attitude. I shouldn't say that, not a bad attitude. They seem to go off the deep end and don't realize the harm they're causing Harbor Freight and its customers. So in a situation like this, I'm penalizing Harbor Freight. And how am I doing this? I'm not going to court, not doing anything like that. What I'm doing is, there is no way that I'm buying anything from Harbor Freight until I have purchased $1,500 worth of products that I could get at Harbor Freight elsewhere. They're losing $1,500 worth of business. How did I come up with that amount? $150 worth of damage. Penalty is times 10 factor, so 150 times 10 is 1,500. And I'm not even looking at the sales that come out. I'm not opening up the emails. I'm not going to the website, except if I'm getting photos for doing a video. And I'm just not buying anything until we get to $1,500 worth of purchases other than at Harbor Freight. And it doesn't show on the books, but it still is a penalty against Harbor Freight. Now, I've made this video a little bit in advance, and so I'm going to key in what the current balance is that I have purchased outside of Harbor Freight, so you can see how much farther along we have to go before I would purchase anything from Harbor Freight again. I'm saying they have a lot of good tools. I like the people in the store. I will praise many of the products that I've used. But I think the important thing that Harbor Freight does not realize is this. We have the last say, not Harbor Freight. And as good as Harbor Freight is, they've got a little bit more to do to bring them up to where they should be. And it's things that if they thought about it, they would want to improve themselves. So let me finish by saying, I like Harbor Freight, I like the people, I like the tools, I think it's a good place to shop. I'm penalizing them $1,500. And I recommend that with any business out there that you run across and they have caused you great grievance or inconvenience or possibly some harm, that you set up a spreadsheet and you refuse to buy from that company until 10 times the amount of what the harm was done to you is accomplished. Enough of my ranting on it. Thanks for watching.
Before we go, thank you to our subscribers who helped us reach over the 1,000 subscription mark. It's very humbling to receive the support from our subscribers. Thank you. I will always try to give you accurate information, and I'm not worried if you disagree in comments. Just remember, youngsters may read your words. Well, this is the old farmer Scott Bain saying, be well. Be safe and be kind to someone today.
Don't forget to click like, subscribe, share, or ring the bell buttons on the Original Old Farmer channel. We enjoy reading the comments that you leave, and they do help the channel, so keep them coming. And once again, thank you for watching The Original Old Farmer.
The VFW National Home for Children, providing families of veterans and active duty military opportunities for growth and development in a nurturing community. Please consider a donation to help their children and families. I.C. Rhodes speaking.